I work with the autistic community a lot, and one thing that's been coming up very often is the loss of connection to our bodies. So this can happen because of trauma, and unfortunately, the autistic community is at a much higher risk of experiencing trauma, CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder, for many reasons, but one of them being that it's hard in social situations to understand what's going on a lot of times, and that can lead to us getting taken advantage of. So what happens whenever we are stressed and experiencing trauma is we go into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And fawn has been a really interesting one that many people in the autistic community are like, what? I didn't know about that one. So fawning is whenever you pretend like everything's okay, right? You're like, you feel like you're going to collapse inside and like you want to be on the floor crying and like freaking out, but instead you're just like, no, everything's fine. That's fawning. Most of us are familiar with fight or flight. That's like run away or go towards a situation and like really want to tackle it head on. And then freeze obviously is not doing anything, just deer in the headlights. So what we do with these trauma responses is really interesting. What we're doing with any of these trauma responses when they actually happen is we are essentially cutting off our body's feedback. We're saying, it's too stressful, I need to deal with this a different way right now, I just need to cut everything off and cope. And so that leaves us with this traumatic experience in our body that is very real, but not actually realized. This also happens when we people please, which is another very common thing for people on the spectrum. We attend to other people's wants and needs before our own. We shut down what our bodies are actually saying, which again cuts off our conversation with our body when it's giving us very important feedback. Many of you on the spectrum have been called sensitive, like myself, and oftentimes it's kind of an insult, but that sensitivity is very important feedback that we've been taught to neglect. I've realized through so much therapy that my relationship with my body has been severed. Like, I live in my head, I process things in my head, I intellectualize, and for a large portion of my life, that's kept me safe. But now I'm ready to heal because I want to move past this. I want to be able to connect to my body and be in the present moment. That's another part of being in our head. We're like either in the future or the past, but when you are embodied, you are in the present, which is super crucial for healing. There are many ways to become more embodied, but for me, the crucial first step was not downplaying my sensitivity and realizing that my sensitivity is actually a strength that protects me and keeps me safe. So that, along with other practices, like yoga and meditation and breathing and just connecting in nature, they are so healing for your body. Let me know if you've experienced this and also what kind of practices you do to feel safe in your body and to feel grounded. And then look out for a longer version of this video that I'm going to put on YouTube soon. Okay, you're not alone. You're a beautiful person. Bye.